Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this problem is a very good problem from mixture and allegations topic for your CAT 2026 examination. Now the problem says there are two vessels containing different qualities of milk A and B. Okay, having different prices per liter. So there are two vessels that have different qualities of milk. Further it says their volumes being 40 liter and 60 liter respectively. An equal amount of milk Q was removed from both and the milk was removed from A was added to B and vice versa. As a result, the two vessels now contain the milk having the same price per liter. So we need to find Q. This is a little complex problem, so I would request you to first pause it, think about it for a second, try to solve it on your own. And if you're able to solve it, then verify the answer with this video. If you haven't understood this problem, then you can watch this video after thinking on it for at least 2 minutes. Okay, so let's start. First of all, let's try to understand what this problem is trying to say. So we have been given that there are two vessels, vessel A and vessel B. Vessel A contains 40 liter of milk. Vessel B contains 60 liter of milk. The quality of this milk, quality means concentration, right? How do you determine the quality of milk? It is basically how much milk and water are added. So if you add more water in your milk quality will start to deteriorate, right? So we are saying that this 40 liter milk is, let's say, X% concentration and the 60 liter milk is Y% concentration. Now we don't know which one is better. One of them is obviously better. Now further it says an equal amount of milk Q was removed from both the vessels and the milk removed from A was added to B and vice versa. So from this 40 liter of milk we remove Q, right? We are removing Q. So when we remove Q from this vessel A, how much milk is left in vessel A? We are left with 40 minus Q, right? And similarly, from this vessel we are removing Q. So over here we would be left with 60 minus Q, right? Now this Q that has been removed from A is added to B, and this Q that is removed from vessel B is added to A. So our quantities in both the vessels will come back to 40 and 60 again, right? Because the same amount that was removed from each vessel is again added to those vessels, right? So I hope what has been told in this problem is clear to you guys, right? Now let me try to write it down. So basically what I'm saying is that in vessel A, which contains 40 liters of milk, its concentration is X%. From vessel B, where we have 60 liter of milk and we are removing Q, let's say the concentration of that is 5%. Now when we get the mixture, okay, let me write it as mixture coming back to same quantities, its concentration would obviously be different from X and Y, and that would be same, right? So let me write it as Z%. Now I need to apply alligation for both the vessels. So let's apply alligation for vessel 1. So for vessel 1, I'll draw it over here only. So in vessel 1, what do I have? I have X% milk and I'm adding Y% milk, right? I'm adding this Q, which is Y. In vessel A, I have X concentration of milk. I'm adding Q, which has Y concentration, right? So let me write in vessel A we have X concentration and the quantity left is 40 minus Q, right? 40 minus Q, right? And from here we are adding Q to get the final concentration Z, right? Now let's subtract it, X minus Y. Over here we'll have Y minus Z. Similarly for vessel 2, we have Y concentration in the vessel and the quantity is 60 minus Q. We are adding X concentration in Q quantity to get Z, right? I hope this is clear to you guys. So over here I get X minus Y and X minus Y. If this is X minus Y, we are taking X to be bigger, so this should be Z minus Y. So over here also I'll write z minus y. Okay. Now using the allocation process, we get 40 minus q upon q to be z minus y upon x minus y. Over here we get 60 minus q upon q to be x minus y upon z minus y. Now you can clearly see that this is inverse of this equation. So therefore from here we'll have 40 minus q upon q is equals to q upon 60 minus q. Upon solving this we get q square is equals to 2400, right, minus 40q minus 60q plus q square. So q square gets cancelled. We get 2400 is equals to 100q. So from here we get the value of q to be 24 liters, and this is our answer. So I hope this problem was clear to you. Watch this video again if there is any doubt, and you can still ask me if you have any doubts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video.